Alright, so before we get into this video, I just want to say that roughly 45. I'm still here. Just please subscribe. I think you know why I want you to. So just please do that. Thanks. Alright, let's get on to the video now. Hello internet, it's the Quadus. We're back again, doing another video. I haven't done a video in a while, and granted this one was kind of important because the hype building up to it. I'm sorry it was late. Please don't crucify me. Regardless, yeah, today we'll be reviewing another level by Team Aster, that particular one being Awaken. I'm reviewing it because, you know, I promised to. I was like, hey, I should. The level came out, what, like early December, early January? Sometime between that period of time, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. And now, coming at you weeks later, and being like, hi, here it is. Doing it more or less because I need the views. I mean, doing the thing is nice, but you know what? I need that sweet dopamine running through my veins, and one way to do that is by getting the YouTube viewership. Also, there will be a little announcement at the end. I mean, if nothing else, there's going to be a timestamp to it in the description. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. That might be important to a vast majority of the people who watch this channel. I don't know. Alright, I guess I shouldn't dilly-dally any longer. Let's get on with the review, I suppose. Alright, so the first part that we have goes to Yoshi. Good. The gameplay in the part is very good. You know, fits the song very well. The part is very, you know, calm, chill. You know, all of that. And the gameplay is slow and methodical. Reflects the song nicely. The structuring is fairly simple, but you know, it gets the job done well. Yoshi's style is always, you know, kind of just lines. That's close to it. Ground spike, stuff like that. It's a simple style, but it gets the job done, and I can't help but enjoy it. Maybe just because my layout style used to be somewhat similar to that back in the day before I switched styles. The sync is very nice, you know, nothing to scoff at. A lot of the criticism in this level will be roughly the same because it's the quality is very concentrated, which I suppose is a spoiler of my overall thoughts. But you know what? A little surprise for you, I hit my microphone. Dang it. It's a very solid first part. Yeah. Congratulations, Yoshi. Good, you get a good part. Yeah, good for you. Now we hand off the second part to vocabulary. The gameplay flows nicely, which is pretty nice. The song kind of picks up in that part, and you know, the dynamic ball gameplay really works out nicely and fits into that cue real good. The structure is good as well, something to expect from vocabulary. I find his structuring style very nice. I mean, I did make a video about it. I literally recreated it, albeit poorly, but it's there regardless. So yeah, it's kind of easy to tell that I enjoy his style. The use of ground spikes does help fill in the part, you know, give it some nice space. It's not just straight ground. It's, you know, good, nice and good. I think I've spoken my praises already, so yeah, pretty nice. Good job. The third part in the level we hand off to Intel. The gameplay is super dynamic. You know, you look at that, you see the song picks up once again. I mean, I guess it's too much. It's not as much as like Yoshi's to vocabularies, but it still does pick up, and the gameplay reflects that nicely with how it, you know, flows and whatnot. The effects help elevate the part and make it really like mwah, very good. I like very much. The structuring is very well executed and nice, very good. The spiral effect at the end in particular is very cool, and is a really cool, like, you know, way to pick up the part before transitioning into the next part. And overall, super cool part in my eyes. I like it quite a lot, and hats off to you, Intel. Hats off to you indeed. I need to get a hat. Give me a sec. Yeah, hats off to you, Intel. This is the only hat I could really find. I don't I don't know. Just congratulations, Intel. You got me to get a hat and tip it for you. I don't know. Next up, we have Josh's part, or Mr. XX Josh XX, if you want to be a bit more edgy. Not a very good joke. Regardless, nice gameplay from him. You know, he's very good with the gameplays. I suppose that's something that is known, so it's kind of redundant to say it, but I mean, I'm reviewing the level, so I have to give my thoughts on each part. So, yeah. Shut up. Shut up. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, structuring is very interesting, typical Josh fashion. He does a very like different style of structuring, which I really enjoy. He incorporates many different aspects into the thing and merges it together to create a hodgepodge of very nice. There's the pulsing that is throughout the part also gives it some nice life, which is very good in a layout, you know. Layouts usually aren't too high effort, but seeing a high effort layout that has, you know, incorporates like fully decorated level aspects into it, and as well as, you know, keeping a layout-esque fashion is an admirable thing, and I think that's the niche that I found and that I preferred, even if it isn't like truly as high quality as Awaken is. Overall, classic Josh part, you know, something you can expect from him on the daily. Very high quality with some cool, interesting structures. You generally couldn't know what to expect from him. You can expect quality. We move into Pulsar's part, which has good structuring from him. You know, is something you know. It's like Josh. They're both very notable creators who have very high reputations in terms of what they can make and the quality they can output. It's nothing new indeed. The duels are very nice, and I can appreciate that. You know how it's not like it's like the nice freaking asymmetrical duels are very nice. Took me a moment to remember the word because I haven't played Geometry Dash in a bit, which is why this video took so long to come out. But regardless, nice asymmetrical duels, very good, very nice. I appreciate very much. Good job, Pulsar. Very nice. Alright, next we move into Mask's part, which has very good gameplay. It's nice and it flows and it's fun to play, you know, all the things you can want from gameplay. It's good, I guess. In the simplest terms, it is good. It's a very nice and lively part, which is admirable, you know. I've already mentioned this previously, when a level does incorporate things that a normally decorated level would include. It does definitely elevate my respects. I can complain that it does feel a little bit empty when you place it next to some of the previous parts, you know, like vocabularies, pulsars, you know, all that crowd. When you place this part, it does feel like it's lacking in structuring a bit, but despite my complaints, still very good. I like it. Alright, next we have Awaken's part, which I am going to note right off the bat. There is quite a bit of optic flashing. I mean, hey, it's not too much a thing. I mean, unless you're epileptic, then it might be a problem. Just the tee-hee block go flash might be a bit of a problem. But the gameplay is good, and, you know, it works nicely with the song, you know, the whole 9 yards of what you want from gameplay. Overall, it looks very nice. I did put in my script tack a seizure warning on there, so I might as well mention that. It's not a very funny joke, but it is, it's there, and I thought I should enlighten you all on how bad at writing scripts I am. Like, I can just screenshot the script that I have, and I'll just flash an image on screen for you. I just do bullet point lists because I'm lazy and want to get this done as fast as I can, because I don't want to have too much effort put into this, and bullet point lists tend to do the job fine. Alright, stop my little tangent right there, we move into Hypno's part. As you can notice right off the bat, there really isn't that much structuring. I mean, not much problem, of course, but structuring is a relatively big piece of the puzzle when it comes to creating layouts that at least in my eyes, I feel like structuring, you know, you gotta fill in the space nicely, because this isn't like the bare bones layout before you make an actual level. This is like the level, so just something I wanted to add. The gameplay does play nice though. It's definitely good, and I can like look at that and be like, yeah, that's gameplay, and I can enjoy playing through that. As I've already mentioned, I'm not a big fan of the lack of structuring, but you know, regardless, the part is very nice, and I can't fault it much. Besides what I did fault it for. Looking at X Void's part, you can notice a very nice addition of colors. It's very nice to look at when you just look at you see a layout, you see colors. It's very nice. The gameplay is really good and everything does flow together real nicely. I mean, not much more can really say about the part. It's a quality part. You know, you'll look at that, you'll be like, that is a layout indeed, and that's all you can say. Next up, we got the Peppermint Man, the dude who quit Geometry Dash and then came back. That guy. Structuring is nice, a unique thing. I haven't really seen much of the, you know, that 9 circles block. I don't really know how to describe it. The 9 circles looking block that they often use in their gameplay in the drop. That's the one. That's the one I'm talking about. Not seen much of that, and you know what? It looks nice. I like it. Gameplay is good, sync is nice, basic things you want in a layout, and they fit the bill. And another one of those parts that I can't really say much. It does the job, it does it well, and that's all I can really add. Good job. We got the man, the myth, Lazy himself. I don't really know how to introduce him, but Lazy. The structuring is nice, as is usual from him. You know, good layout creator, good structuring, good gameplay too. You know, I like it a lot. Overall, very solid part to expect from Lazy, you know. Mr. Rewert TT is up next. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce his name. It's got a lot of T's in a row, and I'm not quite sure how you would say all that. But, oh no, oh no. Structuring is very nice, you know, very good. The gameplay is very nice, and the energy does fit the song very well. Something of note that I thought I would add. I like the details of the pulsing squares in the block. It's not a unique detail, but it does fill in the space nicely, and I can't knock that as much. It does add something to the part. Overall, nice part. Good, very good. Not too much I can add. It's there. It does its job. A lot of parts do their job. I mean, generally they're all very good, but the problem is they're all the same quality, so I can't really distinguish much. I can't really be like, oh, well, this part is something you should do, and this part is something you should not do. I don't know gameplay all that much, so it's kind of difficult to find what is good and what is bad, because many of the things do look the same to me. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be reviewing layouts, but you know, for clout purposes, we're doing it. We're reviewing a layout. I apologize if I misreview anyone's part, or if I just am bad. I might not be the best person to do this, but regardless, I don't just deal with it. I do the things you want, and I do the things people want, and it seems to go by well. So I'll just hope for the best. All right, so we move into Yakuzuki's part. You know. The dude, I don't know who this person is at all. There are quite a few names that I've never heard of in this collab, and it's very nice to see them. Nice to pick apart their parts and give basic criticism on them. But yeah, I really like the slow gameplay that they introduced in this part. It does kind of do something to differentiate it from the rest of the parts. It's a very nice addition, and I can say very good. And the structuring is nice, does its job to fill in the space and make it not look like it's absolutely gone, nothing is there. Well, one thing I can't add is that the glow that does flash on screen, you know, like the half like BG blending and half black, it does look a bit bizarre and does kind of make it hard to look at times. But good part overall, I'd say. Very good, very nice, very good. Alright, moving into Dim's part, it's got some good gameplay. A little wacky, but not much a problem. The structuring is very good, if not a little lacking. It does the job. Maybe could, you know, use a bit more in some spaces to do the job a bit better, but I mean, as it is, it's not like, it doesn't jump out to me as like, I don't like how that looks. It's really all I have to say. It's a very standard part, you know. Very nice. it falls into the part that many parts do. It does its job. It definitely does it well, but I can't say much because many of these are above what I can do, and I can't criticize that above me because I don't know what to say. I incorporate what I think is a good layout. I look at that. I think, yes, that is up to my standards, and that is all that I can say. I can't look at this and be like, oh, well, this isn't quite up to par. This isn't quite up to par. This could be a bit better. I can't do that because I'm not that good at making layouts, so I don't know what to talk about. You get my drift? You get what I'm saying? Just learn a little bit about me throughout this questionable review. But you know what? I can say as much as I can. That is a fine part. Good job, Dim. You're doing okay. The final part of the level is retention, much like Immunity. He kind of ends off the whole thing. The gameplay is very solid. Yeah, that's retention for you. Good gameplay, very nice. I like it a lot. It got dark. Like I think you guys will probably notice the gradual darkening outside the window throughout this recording. If you haven't, you did notice now. Back on topic, the structuring is nice and diverse, and I quite enjoy it a lot. It's very nice, very good. It's something to expect from retention again. It's a very good part to end off on, and honestly, it might be one of my favorites. I know it's a very strong thing to say, but you know what? I do feel like retention did do quite well with his things, as he normally does. He's a very good layout creator, and I can applaud him in many points. Clap the hands for him. Very good retention. I admire your skill. Good job. Looking at the level in its entirety, and I've already mentioned this probably multiple times over, the gameplay is very good. There are parts that are standard, there are parts that are exceptional, but there's no real bad parts. It's just all very good, and I like it. One thing that I can notice, that the structuring does look a little bit inconsistent compared to the gameplay. Like, there's some parts that have very little, and then there's other parts that fill the space in nicely and really fit the bill. Really, that's the bigger problem that I have with the level. The lack of consistency in structuring. The gameplay is consistent in quality, but the structuring does lack in some parts. The song is great, really good. Creo's a good artist, I can say that much. There's a reason his songs are overused, isn't it? I mean, Awaken isn't that overused quite yet. I mean, maybe it is. I haven't played Jam Trash enough to really see the sheer amount of Awaken used in the featured section, but I assume that it hasn't been overused much like his other songs like Dimension and whatnot, those songs. Honestly, if I'm being real, this is probably one of my favorite layouts in the game. It's a big old layout with a lot of good creators, a lot of work put into it, and I can admire that very much. Congratulations. At its core, it's just Immunity, but perfected. It's like they took the formula they did with Immunity, they included people who are good at making layouts, and they smashed it all together into something that is a good consistency of quality and is very nice. Good job. Nice. Good job. Applaud all the people who got in the collab, who made their parts, who worked hard to make those parts, and I will applaud them too. Very good. Well, with the review done, I think it's about time that I talked about that announcement that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, there's an announcement. Unfortunately, I will be taking a break from Geometry Dash. It's probably not a lot of fun hearing this at the end of a Geometry Dash related video, but I thought it's good to mention. I have been feeling a bit demotivated when it comes to the game, and I just kind of need a break from the game to rekindle that motivation that I once had. I'm not even quite sure if I will return. I really hope that I will, because I really want to enjoy the community and see 2.2 through. But I'm not sure at this point. I don't know. It's entirely up in the air right now. As well as taking a break from Geometry Dash, I will also be taking a break from the channel for about 1 or 2 months. Just with school and everything, I just kind of have to take a small step away from one point of my life, so I can devote a bit more attention to some of the other things, and, you know, do those to the best of my ability, so I can come back better than ever to do, you know, the best stuff that I can. I mean, and, you know, considering that I will be quitting Geometry Dash, I kind of can't do Geometry Dash content anymore, so I will kind of be switching the focus of my channel stuff. I'll mostly probably be talking about Nintendo games, because, you know, Nintendo's another aspect of my life that I've had a lot of fun with, you know. Just, I've played a bunch of their games, and I enjoy them very much, and I kind of want to make some content on that, because that sounds like it'd be fun. And in hope it would be good, and it would be, you know, enjoyable content. I'm not quite sure. It's another one of those things where I just kind of don't know how well I'll be able to do it from day one. It's just kind of going to be like, improving as I go, I suppose. And if you don't really care about that sort of stuff, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I realize a lot of people that have, you know, come and, you know, seen my channel through have been attracted mainly through Geometry Dash, and that might be by fault of my own, but I can't fault anyone for, you know, leaving as soon as I switch content, because how I've attracted my viewer base, and how that can affect me. But at the end of the day, I just want to talk about stuff that I enjoy, stuff that I, you know, really, you know, can put passion into, and, you know, not feel dead inside while I discuss it. So, yeah, that's generally the gist of it. As much as I am upset with, you know, leaving the community and leaving you good people behind, I kind of have to. I kind of just don't have enough motivation to continue in the game as of current. You know, you understand. I hope you do. Anyways, that'll be the end of the video for today. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, I suppose. I'm not quite sure. You're just gonna have to do it. You're just gonna have to do what we want. If you are hesitant due to the fact that I will, you know, not be doing this for a while, then that's fine. I can understand that. Just at the end of the day, do what you want. I don't really care. That's all. See you around, gamers. It's been real.